All right, so we're doing...
Why?
Well, I think we have to.
Okay.
Well,
why do you do this to me?
It's like, I've done what, 3 parts on Black Alien now?
Yep.
And then I did the one on Diablo Prado.
Yep.
Or whatever.
Diablo Prada.
Big devil.
Hell yeah.
And now we're doing the second one on Rico, the human orc.
Orc, yeah.
Yeah, the first human orc hybrid, as it were.
Yeah, maybe the Lord of the Rings starts with this.
Well, I followed him, and he followed me on, like I found out when I went to look for him, he was following me, so I just gave him follow back because I was about to do this video, and I was like, okay, well, I'll keep up to date, but his Instagram is inactive. I don't know what happened there. He's got a new one now. Someone tagged me in his... It's not really new, but it's like he hadn't been using it much, and now he's posting there instead.
Well, I mean, if he was putting up any of the stuff that's been his latest trajectories of changes, then maybe he was taken down for visceral reasons.
His account still exists, so I guess we should first say that Diablo Prado or whatever and Black Alien both got deleted. Like their accounts got deleted for both posting explicit content or whatever the fuck, whatever the story is.
Yeah.
Ironically, right after our video went up, Renez posted that kind of thing, and I guess Black Alien's been putting his stuff on YouTube.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
But it's just his tattoo work. Like he's just posting his tattoos.
Yeah.
And he still has a tattoo channel on Instagram. Just for clarification. That being said, I don't know how this works. It's like it only matters if you're popular.
Well, in most respects, yeah.
But like, because this dude's channel is very small.
Yeah.
Like I think his new account only has like 4,000 followers or something. It's like real tiny.
Hey man, that's good for some of us.
Yeah, well, it is, but like for what he's doing, it's real small.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Like to be doing that kind of stuff to that audience is like, it's minuscule.
Oh,
you don't
for sure.
see that ever. Usually, those guys, like the algorithm sees people reacting in a visceral way and just carries them off, right?
Well, and like I was looking through those photos this morning, and I had a very visceral reaction.
Yeah, so I'm sure that it's a matter of time his account's going to grow. But anyway, the point is like, I don't understand why it's okay to do that as an unknown then, if it's only bad that you're doing that, or if it's bad that you might influence people to do that.
I mean, do you think people are reporting it?
I'm sure. But like, say Terry decides to cut his nose off over there, right? Just in the privacy of his own home.
Yeah.
It's like...
pretty chill, you know?
Yeah. Okay, well, he's not putting it on social media, so that's okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, is that how it is?
I wonder, like, because my theory is always like when you're in front of more eyes, I think more people end up kind of getting confronted with it in a way that they don't like, and then there's going to be a segment of people. It's like, you know, that kind of like how many percentile person is going to come across it, and of that percentile person, how many of them are going to be of a mind that they think that what you're doing actually needs to stop.
The TikTok algorithm's a bit better. It's like...
yeah. Well, they're clearer on their guidelines, right?
They are clearer, and they're better for reacting. Like, I've had people report content of me getting tattooed, like armpit tattoo videos. It'll go viral or something, whatever it is. Candy cane, like the Christmas fun that I do, right?
Yeah,
like,
people don't like that.
As innocent as it gets. It's
no,
goofy,
it's not.
But it's like no one's being mutiled. Like you'll have like this post is being taken down for graphic violence. Or like that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And it's like then you appeal it, and almost every time I appeal it on TikTok, they restore the post.
Probably, yeah.
And they do another thing too, which is weird. Like when a post has been reported, and you appeal it, it seems to get a bump in like views.
Probably because
like
they realize that it's probably all right. You know what I mean?
These are the things you only learn if you're in this terrain. But it's almost like they feel bad for getting it wrong.
It's like a whoopsies, and they give you a little bump in the algorithm.
Like I don't love TikTok. Don't get me wrong. But in terms of the algorithm, they're doing better than Instagram.
Yeah, that's fair.
The Instagram algorithm is like you can't get anywhere with it ever. You just have to bend to it.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Instagram is wild to me.
So to get back onto this dude, since we talked about him last, and the reason why we're covering this again is I was waiting for his bigger tusks to come in before I covered this, because the idea was he was going to get bigger tusks.
Ooh.
I don't know that you can get tusks and a huge labret, though. Like now he's got a big labret all of a sudden.
Oh, yeah.
Which I've said to no end about I don't think people should just do that one.
Yeah.
I think you should get a small one and work up to that.
Yeah.
It's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
There's a reason I reduced the size of mine, and actually I'm going down even farther soon. It's not that I regret it, but it gets carried away. That thing keeps wanting to stretch.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Like it's the weight or something of it. It just keeps wanting to get bigger, and it affects the way you eat. It affects the way you talk, right? Like even if you sound the same, the way you present changes, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, the correlation between the labret and the tusks is like, how do you have room for all that gear? Because have a labret be that big, the wings on the inside have to go out like that.
Well, I think he's down to carve out some space, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, part of his lip was cut off.
Like, okay. There's this thing that kind of is driving me insane a little bit about this.
Sure.
At least since
Feel
I've seen
free.
it. Okay. Oxidation is a real thing. Like he's leaving his mouth open to drying out over and over and
That's
over
what
again.
I would think, right?
And that will really have a number on his teeth. Like he's going to get messed up. And I mean, it is what it is, I guess. If he's down with doing tusks, I'm sure he's down to replace his teeth with something else later. But like,
He's probably already onto that.
I'm a little confused about the idea of like, so this is one of the reasons that I would love to talk to someone like this, because I would like to know if they understand the biology pre-decision. So just kind of like with the labret.
Awareness, maybe.
Cursory awareness, yeah.
I think so.
Because like what you're saying with like stretching slowly rather than just carving it out, it's like understanding the bottom lip and its function and the invasion of that bottom lip. Like that's the type of stuff that like, I mean, maybe this is all just too in its infancy, so it's probably hard to know
there's no
ever.
Information.
Yeah.
When I started stretching my lip, it was like, oh, I guess I just have to figure it out on my own.
Yeah.
And now my videos on the topic, as rough as they are, I've had so many people thank me for finding and viewing because there's nothing else.
Yeah.
No one else has put anything out about that. No one. Like, it doesn't exist. It's weird. You'd think that there would be some information somewhere to be found.
Yeah, you would think.
The whole community is like based on like gatekeeping and cool kids clubbing and you're not good enough to know or you haven't gone through enough to know, that kind of thing.
Man,
it's
that
really
sucks.
weird.
Well, I mean, it makes it so like some difficult things that can't be walked back that will drastically impair life happens. And that's one of those things about gatekeeping that it makes it just so that anything that does happen is more terrifying.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like even with like we talk about blackout all the time. Like the view of blackout 5 years ago was that it's kind of like magic and easy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why we get so many people writing into us asking questions.
The one I got sent to me the other day.
Yeah,
that guy is in a world of hurt right now.
Yeah, oh yeah.
His life is agony.
Yeah.
And it will be for a while.
Well, and if
getting the updates.
if he was going the route that you were saying he was going, I mean, he was going to end up in the hospital.
I don't really want to get too much into that one yet, but I'm hoping he'll let me tell the whole story on here on a special episode.
Yeah, special feature.
The details are gruesome.
I don't doubt that.
Like, they're absolutely horrific, and it's unique. This is a different version of it, too.
But remember, it's easy. It's just black.
Yeah, you got the one-shot black arm.
Yeah, Jesus.
He'll be regretting it the rest of his life. Now, anyway, this dude also got his nose cut off recently, so another nose bites the dust.
See, that's another one where it's just like, I'd love to talk to these guys and see like, okay, now how is your immune system? Are you getting sick more often? Do you have more nasal congestion issues? Do you have less? Do you have drainage issues? Do you have like...
I don't want to be the guy covered in blackout tattoos and huge piercings, calling the kettle black.
No,
but
certainly not.
I don't understand, as a thing, I don't understand removal.
Yeah, I get that.
Like, it's never really been a thing that I've been like, yeah, I could go for some ear removal. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always been about, like, accentuating or adding.
Yeah.
Like, I understand addition. And I'm not knocking, like, I'm not throwing shade, do what you want, but I can't get cool with getting rid of my finger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and if I did, there would have to be some, like, I don't know what it would take for me to get to that headspace.
Well, I mean, just in, that you've got an excellent point there in terms of addition or removal, like removal of what is rather than working with what is. It's kind of like body modification or adornment or like body destruction.
That's what it seems like. Like
Yeah.
I like to say that line is different for everyone, right?
Yeah.
Like I always say, the whole body mutilation versus body mod thing is like, it's on what you feel that line is.
So where do you stand on scarification?
I would do that probably.
So you think that's less of taking away more just...
I think because there's an aesthetic addition to it.
Yeah.
Like you're still getting some kind of an. The idea isn't just to destroy the flesh.
Right.
Right. You're doing it for a purpose, which you could say you do with tattoos. Mm-hmm. Like you're still doing damage to skin, right?
Yep. Yeah,
but you're not removing parts of you.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing that I just don't understand. It's like, because I don't get anything for that, I lose something.
Yeah.
Because like even when I'm blacking out tattoos, I don't feel like I'm losing them. It's still there. Like all of that is still there in my mind. It's a weird thing. I don't see myself as a clean slate. I see this is like evolution.
Yeah.
Right? Those things grew into this.
You're gaining XP.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I'm leveling up my tattoos.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's like a video game.
You've prestiged to a new bodysuit.
I don't understand imposing a penalty on your life just for the sake of aesthetic, really.
Yeah.
I guess because I don't know. I don't incur any kind of penalty for what I've done. And the
Not
minute
yet.
I start to,
Yeah.
that's when I back it down.
Yeah.
That was the lip when I started going backwards. Was like, okay, I don't like how this is treating my life.
Yeah.
Right. It's having a negative impact on how I live. So I'm not doing this.
So where do you think he goes next?
If he wants to keep on this trajectory, I think like the play would be to remove part of a limb. Because like if he wants to be in the kingdom of the elite body mod, he needs to go even farther, right? That's how this thing works.
Oh, man.
Because like they wouldn't all cut their noses off then, right? Like, that seems to be like part of the whole look or the whole ordeal is you have to remove your ear, you have to remove your nose, like
to minimum
They all
requirements.
kind of it's going in a similar direction, right?
Man.
Because there's a number of them that have done this. There's some smaller scale people we'll be talking about here eventually too that have gotten rid of their noses or ears or whatever. It seems to be like a club of this.
Do you think how many of them do you think are inspired by the other?
Oh, I'm sure it's like everybody's watching it. Like everyone in that inner circle is watching that and going, "Oh, I like that. I'm going to do something like," you know what I mean? Like it's almost like a gentleman's club of body mod of, "Oh, well, nose removal. Oh, don't tempt me with a good time." You know, like one of them thinks of it and then the next one goes for it and then it goes farther and who knows where that ends up. In a way, I'm inspired watching it, but at the same time, it's not for me.
Yeah, me neither.
Like, not at all.
Like a long ways away for me.
Yeah, I'm not like as fascinated as I am by all of this. It's for me. It's like, it's just way too far for me.
Yeah.
Like way too far.
Yeah, I hear you.